Hello everyone, this is Joy from Mother Gaia Alchemy, where we combine human design with nature-based practices, earth-based practices, somatics, and essential oils, all in a quest to support us on our journey into personal sovereignty and an authentic expression in the world. Today, we are talking about the Sun having moved into gate 60 on the root center, and the Earth having moved into gate 53, also on the root center. Gate 60 already has Pluto transiting through, and in fact Pluto has been there for a number of months already, and the Sun has now joined it. And I want to talk a little bit about, firstly, the root center, and then we're going to go into the effects of this transit on the root center and how you may be affected. So the root center is at the root, at the base of the spine. It is down below on the body graph. And it is the center that is adrenalized. It is an adrenalized pressure center, okay? And the energy there is one where we are responding one way or another to adrenalized energy, either from within, if that center is defined for us, or from our environment, if that center is undefined or open for us. So you can have a look at your chart and see what is it for you. If it's defined, it will be colored in, and if it's undefined or open, it will be a white center. So being an adrenalized center and a pressure center, for those who have the center defined, they have a very fixed way of dealing with and responding to pressure, to responding to getting tasks, to completing tasks, for moving through life. They have a set way. It's a distinct pattern. It's a particular way of doing things in the way that they respond to the world, and it is consistent, and they always will show up in that particular way in their responses to the world around them. For those who have the center open or undefined, it's slightly different in that, actually it's very different, because they are responding to the environment around them and the pressures and stresses within the environment. So it's not within themselves. For them, it's a response. And for any open or undefined centers on the body graph, we experience an amplification through the body, through that particular center that is open for us. So if your root center is undefined or open, you may experience an amplification of environmental stress or pressure. So there could be a sense of needing to rush to get things done, going from one thing to the next. Sometimes those who have this center undefined will find that they're doing the work of 3 people, and they're just going because there's a sense of feeling the pressure in the environment and wanting to be rid of it. And so they are they kind of getting in everywhere. And if the center is completely open for you, you are going to experience the full range of pressure from all the gates in that center, and it's going to be varying, and you're going to find yourself possibly responding, doing things, moving through the world in a stressful way without really having thought about it. It's just a way that you show up. And sometimes if you're not following your strategy and authority, you may find that you're getting involved in tasks, as well with mental chatter and anxiety, that may actually be taking you into situations or relationships or commitments that are not for you. And so it's very important, if this center is open for you, it's very important that you really lean into your strategy and authority so that you are not just responding to everything and mindlessly allowing yourself into situations. Okay, so that is the root center. And so now we have 9 gates on the root center. 3 on the left are moving towards the spleen, towards the intuition. 3 are moving towards the solar plexus, towards that emotional expression. And 3 are moving upwards through the chart into the sacral. Now the 60, gate 60, is sitting on that upper level, and it is moving up in towards the sacral. So it's pushing up into gate 3, that sits on the lower part of the sacral center, and it's the 60 is wanting to move into action. It is wanting to take that adrenalized energy that is building up inside the root center, and it wants to take it upwards into the sacral for acting on, for bringing into form. Now, depending on whether you have this gate defined in your chart or not, is going to impact the way you are going to respond to this particular transit. So remember, I said the sun has met Pluto in gate 60 today. Pluto's been there for a number of months already, and the sun has now just come and joined it. So when we're talking about the planets and the planetary transits on the gates, it's especially going to be affecting those who have that particular gate open or undefined. So the sun comes and brings that 70% of the neutrino stream is now moving through gate 60. So it's really heightening that energy of wanting, of something being building up within the root and wanting to move upwards into the sacral to move into form. And then we've got Pluto that has been sitting there for a while, and Pluto has been moving its very, very deeply. It's been creating a sense of restlessness and a stirring around something that needs to be transformed in you. So this is on the individual circuit as well. So it's very personal, and it is within. And it could be something ancestral that's been coming on for a from before you were even born, and sitting deep inside your DNA even. And so Pluto's been sitting there for the last number of months, and it's been stirring something very, very subtly in the background around something that needs to be transformed, something that has to change. And you've been feeling that build up. If this gate is open, okay? If this gate is defined for you by a different planet, you're going to be also feeling the effects of the sun now highlighting and bringing that neutrino stream, highlighting this gate, as well as Pluto. So if you have a different planet here, you may be experiencing all of these energies now, which means that it can be really uncomfortable. It can be really challenging to sit with what feels like a restlessness that is beginning to build. And so what I want to say is that the sun now also highlighting with a neutrino stream and these subatomic particles just moving through gate 60 is also bringing about and will be bringing about this sense of heightening the sense of restlessness, the sense of like something is coming, something is happening. But what is it? Now, it's important to know that this gate is a mutative gate. It has a mutative energy. It is waiting for something to shift. It is waiting for something to change. Now, in the desire to be rid of the restless feeling that is building, we may well start to want to get rid of it by acting, by doing something. But is it the right time for it? And is it the right thing to do? Because you see, the thing with gate 60 being mutative and being an individual on the individual circuitry, it is something deep inside of you that is busy mutating. It is something deep inside of you that is being transformed. Perhaps it is a belief. Perhaps it is a value system. Perhaps it is an ideology that that you were born into and conceived into, that you've been feeling for a while is being transformed. Like there's a little bit of shifting that's happening there, but it hasn't quite gotten to the transformed state yet. And so there is nothing you can do here. There is nothing to do in this energy except allow it and surrender to it and let it do its mutation. You can't force it. You can't force the mutation. It's a bit like wanting to force a butterfly out of its cocoon. The butterfly is going to die if you do that. We have to wait for the mutation within the cocoon, the butterfly finding its own way within that, and there's a moment where everything comes together and the wings come and it starts breaking through the cocoon. Another way to think about this gate is where you're waiting. It's the space between notes. If you're a musician or you love listening to music, we know that music is made especially mystical and beautiful when there is rests in between, pauses. It makes the musical sentence interesting. And so the pause, we find that we're waiting for what is coming. What is the next note going to be? How is this going to resolve? How is this musical sentence going to resolve itself? And so when we are talking about gate 60, we're in the pause between the notes. And for those of you who love trance music and house music, it's literally waiting for the beat to drop. We're waiting for the resolution of that moment, that mutation. We know it's coming. We know it's coming. But you just got to hold and hold and hold, because it's not the time yet, and there is nothing you can do about it. So can you take a breath? Can you surrender and allow yourself to drop in to what your higher being, your higher self knows is an important something that is happening on the inside? And while that is happening, but with the Sun and Pluto in gate 60, we've got the Earth having moved into gate 53 and linking upwards towards the spleen center. And here the gate 53 is known as the gate of new beginnings. And it's the Earth though, right? And so the Earth here is where we go to for stability when the Sun is doing its work in another gate. So we're looking towards the Earth now and going, Earth, how are you going to offer me stability through this gate of new beginnings? Because surely if there's new beginnings also on the root center, surely this means that I need to act and I need to get things done. What do I want to say here? Okay, yes. So I'm just looking at my notes, sorry. So here, it's almost the lesson here that you want to learn about gate 53 is, when you're feeling that beat, you're waiting for the beat to drop, and you're feeling this note that is just a holding, and you just can't, and all you want to do is you want to be rid of this oh, this built up, pent up energy. You just want to move with it already. And so in our immaturity, we go to the 53 and we act and we start something new. And the message here that the earth is bringing is, don't start something if it hasn't matured into the ripe moment yet. Don't start yet. Maturity means that you understand the timing of things, that you understand that not everything can be started right away in this moment just because I thought about it now and because I'm feeling uncomfortable. Maturity says, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm wanting to start something new here. And the earth is coming alongside with that sense of maturity and going, slow down, be still. There is an expansion happening. Be with it on the inside. And in the meantime, to really work with this energy of the root that is feeling this restlessness. It's now really under pressure, right? You've got the sun, Pluto, and Earth bringing like heavy pressure into this, and all you want is just to be free of it. But is it the right time? And can you hold? Can you slow down? Can you bring in your practices that it allows you to be with discomfort? Because friend, the way we are going right now in the world, and with so much change and transformation happening everywhere, we are literally moving into a time where we are seeing things no human on the planet has ever seen before, because it hasn't happened in our lifetimes before. And so through all of the changes that's coming ahead, this is just the beginning. If you are moving towards authentic, sovereign expression, it means that we all need to learn to harness our energy and come into balance with it in such a way that we're not rushing ahead, that we're not being impulsive, that we're not being impatient, but that we're actually recognizing, yes, this is what I'm feeling on the inside, but I need to follow my strategy, my authority, depending on what your type is. Sorry, there's a big noise happening, generator noise happening outside, so I hope that's not interfering. But yeah, can you bring in your practices? So starting off with your strategy, starting off with your authority, then getting into the breath, slowing down the breath. Allowing the slowness, allowing the breath to soothe and smooth over that sense of hyperactivity on the inside, that sense of heightened restlessness, or even that sense of now what could be feeling like melancholy. Because also on gate 60, there's a mechanical mood here. It's not that you being moody, but that because of this note that isn't being resolved yet, and you have to stay in the waiting with it, it can lead to a feeling of melancholy. And so to know that that is not really what is happening, you're not depressed because you're waiting. There is an actual mechanical process that is part of this gate 60 and the way that it works, and it's literally waiting for that moment. And so the sun being in this gate is just for 6 days. Okay, so today's gate day 1, and it will be for the next 6 days. So, and the Earth in gate 53 will also be for 6 days. So here we have an opportunity for the next week to really just practice our breath, practice our grounding, slowing down, purposefully and intentionally slowing ourselves down, so that we move from a place within that is stable, that is grounded, that is rooted, and that is ready and waiting for the right moment, for the right timing. Friend, if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, I invite your subscription. It will really help me, and it will help you in knowing when more posts have arrived. Thank you so much. If you're still here at the end of this message and you've been with me all the way through to the end, thank you very much. And blessings on this week. And may slowness and gentleness find you.